What's going on everyone? These are the Razer Nari Ultimate. You're watching Elite PC Accessories. Let's take a look. In this video I'm going to give you a quick review of the Razer Nari Ultimate. This is a wireless gaming headset from Razer. I'm going to tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and whether you should go out and buy it, consider buying it, or whether you should just forget about it. So let's talk about the price. Here in the UK you can pick these up for about £200. However, if you do wait for the Amazon sales like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you will be able to pick them up for around £100. Okay, so let's talk about what I don't like about the headset. So, the first thing you'll notice when you're taking them out of the box is the size. These things are absolutely huge. They're a really big headset, really bulky. They're quite heavy as well, at 435 grams. Not the heaviest, they are wireless, obviously they've got a battery built in there. So, they're not too heavy compared to some of the others. When you're putting the headset on, you'll notice that they're quite a loose fit. So unlike normal headsets where you've got quite a lot of clamping force around your head and you do feel quite a bit of pressure on the headband, these are not like that. So you haven't got much clamping force because the headset's so flexible. So there's not much clamping force on the side of your head, and also because of this adjustable band you don't feel any pressure on the top of your head either. It's it's just a really loose fitting, so the slightest movement of your head and these will move about, and if you throw your head about they will come off your head. The microphone, not right keen on the microphone. If anyone's ever had a Razer headset with a microphone built in, you'll know they're not the best quality. So this is what the microphone sounds like on the Razer Nari Ultimate. As you can hear, it's very compressed. It's not the best sounding audio in the world. It's nowhere near as good as an external microphone like the Blue Snowball or the Yeti or anything like that. But it is good enough for in-game audio. It's not bad. Your friends will hear you no problem. So it's not the end of the world. And don't forget, it does retract. So if you want to have your external microphone, a more professional microphone, you can have that. You can have this microphone pushed away and you can use that for your streams. Even though the headset has cooling gel inside the ear cups, I do find after a long gaming session it does get very hot. These are quite a hot headset. There's no real ventilation inside the ear cups, so I do tend to get quite hot in them. If you do take them off, leave them out for a few minutes, 10-15 minutes, and then come back to them, the cooling gel will have cooled down and you will get that cooling sensation again. The battery life, okay, the battery life's good when you haven't got the RGB or the haptics on. You can get about 20 hours out of it, so yeah, I mean, do you really need the RGB on the side? You can't see it. To me you don't, so I tend to leave the RGB off. The haptics, however, if you're in game, if you're in Warzone, shooting games, stuff like that, it's a really nice touch. It gives you that extra immersion, but unfortunately it does drain the battery, so if you're listening to music and stuff you don't really need it. If you're playing just casual single player games, do you really need it? But in shooting games like Warzone, the haptics are a must. Another thing that really annoys me with these headsets is the USB micro charging point. Why are we still using micro USB, Razer? Come on, let's get the Type C, please. So many headsets have still got this micro USB and it is so frustrating. Okay, so that leads me to what I like about this headset. So the main thing that I like about this headset is the comfort. Now I know that I've said that they do come off your head easy, and you know the fitting's not very tight, but in all honesty it really is a good thing. If you're not the type of gamer that throws your head about every time you get killed, or you know, just throw your head about in frustration on games, these are absolutely amazing. The comfort is unbelievable. There's not too much pressure on the side. If you wear glasses like me, there's no pressure where your glasses are. They're just really, they feel really light on your head. Even though they're a heavy, bulky headset, they are quite light when they're on your head. I really do like the comfort. I know we brushed on the battery life in the cons, but I do have to say, if you've got the haptics off and the RGB off, then 20 hours, that's pretty good. Yeah, you're not going to have to charge these every time unless you're playing for 20 hours straight. For most people, 20 hours will be more than enough. So inside the software, we'll go over this shortly. I'll go through all the software with you, but in the software you've got so much customization for these headsets. There's so much you can do with the sound. You can alter everything from the bass, the haptics. You can do almost anything in there, but we'll go over that later. But as well as that, on the actual headset, you've got the mixer for the game chat and for the game audio. It is very sensitive, this dial, so it can be quite difficult to get it just how you want it, but you know, it's nice to have that on the headset. You've also got a mute button on there. When you mute the mic, you do get a red ring around the microphone telling you that the microphone's muted, so it's a nice visual indicator, just so you're not sat talking to people when your mic's muted. You also get the power button, so there's the power button. USB micro, no! There's the horrible micro USB, unbelievable. And then you've got the 3.5mm jack. It is worth mentioning that in the box you do get a micro USB-C charging cable, and you do get the 3.5mm jack. On the other side of the headset, you've got the master volume, so this does the game chat and the in-game audio, so it's like the master volume. And then another nice feature which I really do like is the USB dongle storage. So if you want to take these out to your friends, not a problem. It is nice to see them kept safely in there. It's just a push in, clicks, pushes back in. So another nice thing about these headsets is the spatial awareness surround sound. So the surround sound on this headset is absolutely amazing. It's really good, and it's fully customizable inside the software. So you can go on there, you can sample the surround sound, you can adjust it, you can do so much with it. Again, I'll show you that quickly on the computer. The haptics for me are a really good feature, especially in games like Warzone, shooting games. You can hear people coming up behind you, you can hear grenades going off in the distance, you can really feel the gunshots and the grenades and the helicopters. So it really is a nice extra level of immersion in games. Now, okay, it's not a good feature for maybe single player, just casual gaming. Yeah, you're not going to get much out of it. Music, again, I wouldn't bother having it on with music. I don't see the need to have it on. But when you're in the shooting games, wow, it is fantastic. Okay, so we'll probably jump over to the computer now, take a look, I'll show you some of the software. Okay, so this is the Razer Synapse software. As you can see, we've got our Razer Nari Ultimate over here, so you can click on that. And these are all the customizations inside the software, so there's loads you can do inside here. So we've got the surround sound, the spatialization modes, so you can have it on normal stereo. Then you've got the surround sound, and then you've got your game mode. So the game mode really helps you sort of decide where shots are coming from, where people are firing from, sounds in the background, stuff like that. The surround sound's excellent as well. So you can see we've got our headset there, and then down here it tells you it's recommended to have all the volumes set to the maximum. So just on your computer in the volume settings, have that set to maximum, and then you can adjust everything on the headset itself. So in the mixer, so this is where you can listen to the surround sound. You can calibrate all your own surround sound. So if you press listen, it'll play a sound on each of these, and then what you can do is actually move them about. just so you can customize it just that little bit more. Then in the enhancement, you've got a load more options. You can change the bass and change your voice clarity, sound normalization, and your haptics intensity. So you can turn the haptics on and off, and you can change how much vibration you get through the headset. Now, one thing to bear in mind is if you haven't got the headset connected to a PC and you're out and you're connected to your phone, for instance, whatever you have the haptics set to is what it will stay at. So I suggest if you're going to be taking them out, listening to music while you're out and about, I personally would suggest turning the haptics off. It's quite distracting when you're listening to music. You've also got your equalizer, so you can change the equalizer. You've got some presets across the top: game, movie, and music. I tend to leave it on game. It helps you pick up the sound of people's footsteps in games, stuff like that. The microphone, you can change the settings of the microphone, the sensitivity. Again, the microphone's not brilliant. You're not going to make it brilliant with these settings either, but you know, it's good enough for inside the games. And then you've got the lighting. There's not a great deal of effects you can do with the settings. As you can see, you've got audio, breathing, spectrum, static. There's not a lot you can do with the presets. What you can do though is you can go into Chroma Studio, you can pick your own colour, you can do some different effects. It's a nice feature, you can have a play about with that. You've also got your power settings, so you can basically just change your power saving options there within the software. So as you can see, there's an awful lot of things you can do inside the software. So that sums it up for this review. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll leave all the links in the description below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're going to have loads of different PC accessories, just so you can have a first look before you go out and spend your hard-earned money. And just before we go, should you buy it, should you consider it, or should you forget about it? I personally think you should just go ahead and buy this headset. I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you can get it for around £100, even better. It really is a good deal at that price. You won't get a better headset for that price. So yeah, I'd say just go ahead and buy it. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.